Welcome, Wolf.
Thank you.
I'm going to introduce you my guys here, and I'll say that I can't say this enough. These two boys. This is Red Twin. That's I'm pointing above me. I know it's probably in a different corner of the screen for you.
It's all right. He's
Over
here.
this side, I've got that's right.
Ah,
Over this side, I've got Blue Twin, and one of our new boys we've got here is Adam.
welcome.
Uh,
Nice.
he's been with us just this last year. Adam should have been with us for about 2 years, but he got grounded. He got
Oh,
grounded
oh
for a
dear.
year. Would you
Being
believe somebody?
naughty.
And the parents actually went through with the years grounded.
Wow. What did you do?
I snuck out, got a second phone, lied to my parents.
Oh dear. Okay, you deserved
More
it.
than that.
Oh, that was minor stuff, I think. But anyway, these two other boys. I call them Red Twin and Blue Twin because the one above me here, he just looks a little bit angrier than this one. And I could not tell them apart when they first came out with us. And they've been with me for about 11 years now.
Wow.
You know.
So are you guys American?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, they're all Canadian here.
Sorry?
They're both Canadian.
Oh, where are you guys from?
We're Swift Current.
Sorry?
Swift Current.
No.
Swift.
What part of Canada?
Oh,
Oh,
we're in Saskatchewan.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need more
So
big
anyway,
games
yeah.
out there.
Well, this is part of the thing. I've spoken to you about our game, and I think one of the boys from Devil's Legion in Winnipeg has bugged you about our game.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
And I know that's where you make your money. So this is part of the part of the spiel that we want to talk to you about tonight, about what you do. I've invited you out to our games before,
Yes.
and I do know that you know, and I appreciate. I love what you do. Actually,
Thank
you're a good spokesman for this sport.
That's right.
You try well, but and you make a lot of your money going to these games where a field will put on a game and they will pay you to go there. Am I correct in thinking that?
Sometimes nowadays it's more of covering costs.
Yeah.
So I try and take into consideration how big the game is, what they pull in. Like I don't want to take away from the game to bring me out there. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
a very long time ago, when I started doing this and started promoting games like that, I was spending close to 70K a year traveling to games and stuff. And I said, okay, it's getting a bit crazy. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
had 2 young kids and whatnot, and it's like I had to chill for a bit. So I started to help promote games to make them bigger and let more people know about it with my different platforms. And I decided that I try and get at least costs covered to go out there and help promote and make these videos and stuff like that. And I don't want, my thing is I do not want to be detrimental to the event, right? I don't want to. It doesn't make any sense for me to go out there and they lose money bringing me out there when I want to help the game, right? So
Yeah.
my thing is that I just, whatever I can do to help without either of us losing money is the best formula I've come with.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see you've changed some of that since we've spoken last. Like, I'll tell you a little bit about what we do. If you've ever been onto our Facebook page, we are the RHR, the Red Hot Roosters. Our team name derives from the Royal Highland Regiment. In the Second World War, I'm a big Second World War. I'm passionate about that, so that's how we built our field up. We have a beachhead with a landing craft, and we don't hide behind pallets. We actually brought in buildings, and we built a kilometre of trenches. We have a church. We have a field with meaning. So there's a lot of these boys of like I'm the one that has the crazy ideas, and these guys are the ones that help me pull it off.
Yes.
This one
You call it crazy, I call it visionary.
Well, yeah, I think that's probably what he would say as well. but like you know, it'll come around to a Monday and he'll be saying, okay, what are we doing tonight? And I go, well, I'd really like to go home and sit on the couch, and then he'll go, well, we've got this to do, with this to do, and this to do. So he's my driving. They're both, well, all these boys here are my driving spirit.
Yes.
So we hold at the beginning of the season, we have a season opener, which is just a light game where I bring in anybody that wants to play, and that includes renters. But at the end of the year, at the middle of the year, we've just started having an airsoft group come down, and they bring in like about 100 players.
Nice.
When they come down, I don't know how they do this different, or whether just the world is turning around differently to airsoft, but they sell out 100 spots in like 4 days, just sold out completely. And he has a waiting list of about 50 people as well.
Nice.
So they run a game called Op Havoc Wind.
Ooh,
Then
nice.
that's normally around July, August time. September is when we bring in our tactical challenge.
Okay.
And not to, you know, I'd like you to have a look at our Facebook page just to see what we do. One of the big draws on our tactical challenges is individual. I'm not bothered about making the big bucks on it. Obviously, I'd like to because I put it back into the field. But we like to play as well ourselves. So on the challenge, we'll have a beachhead, and it looks like soldiers running up the beach, and we have ranging out to like 100 yards.
Okay.
You know,
Nice.
so you team up with one of the blue forces would team up with one guy from red forces, and they put so many rounds down at each target. And then we do a Humvee drive and shoot, where we've got targets around the field, and you hang out the doors of a Humvee and you shoot the targets as you go around.
Nice.
We do a breach where they have to breach a house, and then they jump back into the Humvee, and then they shoot the targets on the extraction going out as well.
Oh, that sounds fun.
We do pistol rounds in the arena, you know, like a 5-on-5 pistol rounds, and it's all challenge orientated. Then that evening, we'll have a few more games of, you know, whatever we dream up, because we try and change it up every year. We'll have a few beers, and we sit around the fire at night, and we, you know, hey, did you see this bruise that I got? And, you know, show our welts and bruises off like we always do.
It is the tradition of paintball, absolutely.
It is, isn't it? Eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next day we move into a scenario style game.
Nice.
Last year, what we did was Three Kings. If you've seen the movie Three Kings, where the guys have to search, that's the one. Search for the gold, and we loosely base it around the Three Kings. So I want to kind of promote the off-field camaraderie as much as the on-field camaraderie.
Nice.
So everybody that comes to our games, we give a challenge coin.
Oh,
and we do a different challenge coin every year, and I'm bringing them up for these guys as well.
Nice.
So
I like it.
When you recognize one of the teams from Calgary or the teams from Winnipeg, and you're walking down the mall, you bring your challenge coin out. It brings that camaraderie out and breaks the ice, you know. And I think this works really well, because we get people coming back every year just for the challenge coins. Yeah, yeah. So that's where I'm going. It's not a big money maker for me. We've been playing paintball with these guys. Devil's Legion out of Winnipeg. It must be, I think we said last night, it's got to be 12, 13 years, maybe even more.
Nice.
That we've been playing with them guys. And then there's the unnamed, just a fantastic team of guys that are in Calgary. So we get a big draw from a lot of areas. Like Winnipeg's about a 9-hour drive from here, so they come down and camp for the weekend. Calgary's about 5 hours. So we've got a lot more. We've got a lot of other teams, but pre-COVID we would average about 80 people.
Very nice.
Now we've got to build it up after COVID now, because I think we managed about 50 people last year.
So how do you do with like players coming up from the States?
We haven't had any coming up from the States yet. Okay. That's where we do know a lot of people down in the States, but we'd like to bring them up here. But I think with the different, we're only like an hour away from the border here.
Oh wow! Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We used to go down to Skyline. If you've heard of the Skyline Nation game.
I have heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, Reed hasn't had that for a couple of years now. I think he's trying to rekindle the game, but there used to be a lot of Americans that come up for that. Yeah,
Okay.
we're a relatively small field, but it plays big.
Yeah.
So when you look at the map, you'll see, oh look, there's blue base right there, and there's red base. But as soon as you've got shot out or you've had to walk back, then you start to realize how big it is,
Absolutely.
with the trenches and everything else. So
And when you have like 50 on 50, it's not going to overcrowd it or anything, right? So
exactly, yeah, 50 on 50 is about a nice number that the airsofters have found,
yeah.
and that's a good number. You can put a good scenario in around there. So I guess my questions for you is, I'd like that to go along in your mind and what it would take to maybe even get you up here. Now that I know it's not going to cost $1 million, and we don't have to put you up in silk sheets on a bed or anything like that.
No, I'm not that much. First of all, it depends on. You said it's September, and that's
Always September long weekend.
okay.
It gives people time to travel.
All right, because it depends on. Is it the first weekend of September, the long weekend?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
that's sometimes tricky because that's when the kids go back to college.
Yeah.
So I'm usually on the road with them doing it, but I can double check and see how the dates work and stuff like that. And a lot of my years are 2026 is almost full already with games. So I will try to pencil it in and see if we can figure it out.
Yeah.
See what we can do. And it would I have wanted to go out west more and play.
Yeah.
For some reason, there are so few big games out there, and still there's
Exactly.
a lot of people interested. It seems like a waste that there's not more happening out there.
Yeah.
And it's and I've heard good things about your event, which sounds awesome. But yeah, I would love to. It's funny because a lot of people don't know that I actually grew up in Winnipeg till I was 10.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I was in Charleston by the Red River, and
Okay.
I grew up. And then I didn't move. We didn't move into Ontario until I was like 10, and then I was more in Toronto area. But it'd be nice to be out there again and experience that. But yeah, we can absolutely keep talking and see what we can figure out, and
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on like flights and see what it's like, and we can base something out and see what we can figure out. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it would
I'm
be a lot
always
of fun.
I'm always anxious. I'm always excited to go and try out a new field and play with new people, and that's half
Yeah.
of the fun is those new experiences and
Yeah.
getting seeing different styles of games and different formats and how you guys produce your event. Like that sounds
Well,
great.
I can probably guarantee that this would be an event that you have never experienced.
That's good to hear.
I
I like
watched
that.
some of your videos, but I don't want this segment all about our field. Okay, this is our Lil-Sur-Mur. Our town is called Lil-Sur-Mur.
Nice.
It is our field report, but I want to know more about the games that you go to. Like I said, we've spoken on and off, but I want to know more about. Okay, your name can't be the Wolf. It's got to be something like Eugene or something, isn't it?
Andre.
Andre. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But the call sign I find easier and stuff like that, and it's the whole tactical paintball thing I've always done.
Yes.
So either or is fine with me. I'm good with any.
Yeah. I've been War Daddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
I like it.
But tell us about the games that you've been to. There's some of these games that you've been to. There's 200 players plus on the field at any time, eh?
Usually it's closer to 500 plus.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like the one of the fun ones I do is Skirmish Ion. That's 4,000 players.
Wow.
And that takes place over two days, and that is insane.
Yeah.
Like just imagine, like for instance, the theme of that game is D-Day, right? So they have their boats that the front goes down with. I can't remember the name right now; it's not come to me, but it's the same as your boat from what's like where it goes down and you invade the beach right?
The landing craft, yeah.
There you go. And they have like 4 or 5 of them lined up
Yeah.
over a good amount of acreage. And just imagine, and they have waves of guys coming out the boats. And it's
Yeah.
insane because you have 2,000 guys lined up behind these boats in different segments. And then about 80 yards away is the tree line where the quote Germans or what have you are waiting to fire at those boats.
Yeah.
And it's breathtaking because when you the first wave and that the door drops of that boat and literally millions of paintballs are flying through the air, the sound is deafening and it's beautiful at the same time. It's like the
Yeah.
quote from the movie 300 where we'll blot out the sun with our arrows, right? It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
the amount of paintballs coming at you is just psychotic.
Does
And
that just not get to be a bit of a paint fest for you then at that time? Like it's like because we run the scenario games, and it's nice to get that one shot when you've got first strike
yeah,
against a speedballer. But when you've got, what chance does a scenario player play in that unless they're laying down just as much paint to come out?
it's it's happened like there's different years where the boats, the people charging the beach have taken it over and they've gotten into the forest, and there's years that they
Yeah.
have not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what happens is you have the first wave of boats drop, everyone runs in, the paintballs are coming in, half of them get taken out. The rest is crawl up, shoot, crawl up. You're throwing smoke grenades everywhere, and you just have to blind them as much as you can with smoke as you crawl up. Then the doors go back up in the boats, and the next wave of guys goes in the boats. Boom, doors go down. They go into the field. They're pushing through. They've got medics. They're pushing, and it's just organization, teamwork, and all that stuff combined. If you've got bunkers in between the two teams and other boats and little ships and wooden bunkers and grass mounds, and you just got to find a spot and keep crawling until you can get
Yeah.
as far as you can until you get hit out. And when you get hit out, you go all the way back and try it again. And again, you have 2,000 plus players shooting the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it does not end. It's not like it slows down, and it's not like people
Yeah.
run out of ammo. It's, you know what I mean? It's just the beginning, and then you have the field's massive, right? And then
Yeah.
I don't think they did last year, but they also have like a third faction, the French team, and they'll
Okay.
start at way back in a couple completely different field, and then you have like the airborne on the allied side, and they can start in a different place other than the boats. They get inserted and then you have a German special team gets inserted, and they have to take on both teams have to take on the French. Like, it's a lot of things happening at once,
Okay.
and it's just insane. But I get the thrill is like crazy. Like, there's some people who like it, some people who hate it, but they must be doing something right because that number has been consistent throughout the years.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
3,500 to 4,000 people is being keep going, and
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's easy for somebody that doesn't go there to criticize that kind of game, so I try to hold any criticism. I have an open mind. I want to know what it's about more than start any criticism. But some of the videos I've seen, it just looks like a paint fest. But when you talk about how you've got airdrops and
Yes.
then you've got special inserts and stuff like that, yes,
Yep.
now you're talking.
And you have mobile tanks, and you have
Yeah.
you can drop air bombs to get rid of like entire parts of the field. Like, and these guys, the leadership and the command roles are insane. Like, they're very,
Yeah.
very strategic. They plan these things right after the last game. They'll plan all year what to do. They'll try and get specific teams on their side, and the production is just really good. Like, these guys
Yeah.
know what they're doing. They have like 5 different generators for the air stations going at all times, so nobody runs out of air.
Yeah.
It's it can seem overwhelming if it's your first time, but like, just to be there is amazing. Like, the tent city that people live in is huge,
Yeah, I
Just
can
when you see
imagine.
the
Yeah,
aerial shots of the drones of just where people tent out and the
yeah,
parties and stuff the night before, it's just it's impressive.
yeah,
It's just next level. But then again, it's not the big numbers, as you know, that makes the game, right? Like I've been to games where it's smaller numbers, like MagFed games, where it's just
yeah,
the MagFed paintball markers only, and you have like 0 Hour and in the States, or you have the Honey Badger games in Canada, and those can range from 300 to 500 people,
yeah,
right? And those are MagFit only. A lot of them use first strike rounds. And like with the last Honey Badger game, like we had explosive breaches for the doors, like
yeah,
blowing out the doors, and we're rushing in. And that was played at a place called PRZ, where it's an old hospital.
yeah,
So it's all CQB inside of a dark hospital, going through hallways, stairwell fights. You got to shoot up the stairs as you move up the stairs to go to the next level, find keys, open specific doors. Like that's like another intensity, but on a different level.
yeah,
Because you know what I mean? Because that's you don't have the big numbers there, but you've got, first strikes being shot from outside in, and from we're on the third floor shooting out as snipers down at people trying to get in the building. There
yeah,
was one year where they allowed people on the roof of the hospital to shoot down. You have APCs, you have guys driving around in jeeps with people in the back, and they're jumping out of the back of the jeep as they're going past and extra,
yeah,
inserting players in, and they're trying to get jump in through windows and stuff like that. Like it's
yeah,
different productions have different forms. That's why it's like one of the hardest questions people ask me is like, what's your favorite game? And
yeah.
it's
That was,
impossible to choose because
yeah,
all these games, I'm not trying to be politically correct or anything, but all these games have their own little aspects to them that make them unique and make them awesome. So I can't choose one over the other. They're all different types of experiences,
yeah,
if that makes any sense.
yeah.
And
I
then
know
like,
that makes total sense. Yeah,
and then you go to Europe, and like when I play in Europe, or when I played with Berto Wolowitz in Poland, and that game, the super big game, was crazy. Like that,
yeah,
like they love their tactical games in Europe, and they're really hardcore about it. And it was like, there they had like real tanks. You've probably seen the picture of me on the real tanks and everything.
yeah.
And they have
I've been
armored
watching a few
personnel
videos.
carriers,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And they play around like an old military base, where you have actual bunkers, and it's breathtaking how fun it is to play there. And
yeah,
their crowds, they're 2,000 plus, 2 to 3,000 players when they play, and their MagFed game is the biggest in the world. In Europe,
yeah.
that's a 2,000 player MagFed game only.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
That's the way I've orientated. Over the last 5 years, I've gone more and more MagFed.
Mm,
Um, I remember speaking to you once when the dam first came out,
yeah.
and I wanted to know about. I think it's an air pig. um,
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah.
yes, well, not
Takes some getting
sometimes,
used to.
all the time.
Yeah. She she
But
she she eats a lot. Yeah.
yeah, she does. Yeah. So I didn't keep that gun around for long. He's got it now.
Okay. Nice.
But I like to move on. See, our game that we was magfed. That was what I wanted. I didn't, like I said, I didn't care about people buying 2 cases, 5 cases of paint or anything like that. It
Yeah.
wasn't about the money. It was about the
Yep.
experience.
Yes.
Um, Now, but we've had to open it up the last couple of years to the operators, I like to call them,
Nice.
because just to bring in a few more numbers. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
our town started off as a D-Day town. It's called Lil-Sur-Mur because,
Okay.
like I said, I'm crazy about the Second World War. Sur-Mur, if you look at the D-Day towns, they're all on the sea. And I've been back for the D-Day 50th celebrations, the 75th, and
Wow.
I've met those veterans there. So it's hard, When I came over here and we bought the house where we've been in there for 11 years now, my wife
Yeah.
said to me, she says, "Okay, this area here is the house. You can do whatever else you want with the 30 acres we've got out the back. Now the town is only built on maybe nearly 20 acres, I guess. It's built on like. So I said to her, I said, right, okay, I'm going to build a town.
Nice.
And she went, okay. But now she doesn't understand. She didn't believe me then. So we gradually built this town up. But now if I tell her that I'm going to build something, we just built a 200-foot pirate ship out there.
Woo!
Like literally a pirate ship.
Nice.
Now the only answer when our question she says is how much is it going to cost? That's so,
yeah, paintballers
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We close our
my accountant hates me, so what you gonna do?
Yeah, we close our field down after the long weekend game, about the end of September, and we start to open up for our haunted town. And 100%. It's called the Haunted Town of Lil-Sur-Mur, and it's 100% for charity. So the 9 years we've been doing it, we raised $149,000 so far, and it all goes back to the local community. So
beautiful.
Yeah, well, $30,000 this last year, and so that's just a little bit more history behind there. But you talk, how would you feel about going from you've probably never played a small game with only like maybe 50 to 80 people, or even up to 100. Have you?
I do it all the time. There's lots of time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times sometimes I don't film and I'll just go out to play. Like when I take my son to go out and play, I'll go with walk-ons. I'll go and play with my son with walk-ons and stuff, and just like a normal paintballer, and just go out and have fun. And I'll take my 20-round magazine. I'm not gonna take the box mag. I'm not gonna unload on newbies. And I'll get into it with them, and I'll show new kids how to play and stuff. And I'll be 20 on 20 at your local paintball field and what have you and stuff. Or even if I get the chance, if I don't have something scheduled, there are smaller games that I'll go to. Adrenaline Paintball in London, Ontario has a couple of smaller games I get to go to once. I know they have like about 200 people type of thing, and it's like I have nothing. It doesn't have to be a massive event for me to have fun. It depends on who you're playing with, right?
I don't think any of our fields draw in numbers to like 200. A friend of mine runs. I like to make friends with whatever field owners I can. Unless they're complete assholes, and then we try and be a career.
Yeah.
But there is DNC, Divide and Conquer, in Saskatoon.
Nice.
Chris runs that field. Very, very nice guy. I've known him for a long time, even before. Just when we used to paintball together. Yeah. He's run that field for quite a few years now, and I know he's run into some of the same problems with zoning laws and stuff like that every field seems to run into. The new people on the block don't understand. They've been in the RMs for so many years, and why do we need a paintball field out here now? We haven't had one in the past, so why do we need it now? So we've run into all those. But Chris is a fantastic guy up at DNC.
Yes, nice.
There's Paintball Paradise in Regina.
Okay.
But I don't think they even see like a 200 people, even a renters group on a weekend of 200 people. This is why I want to try.
Now, are they around like bigger cities and stuff, or are they like more remote, or how does that work?
No, this is Regina and Saskatoon. Like Regina.
Oh, okay. Well, they're close to the cities then.
Well, they are the big cities. Regina.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Absolutely.
There's just not the numbers. We were saying yesterday, we used to do a lot of traveling. We haven't done that now because opening up your own field ties your feet together. You can't go anywhere. So we do try to pick a game to go to. We haven't really been to one in the last couple of years since we haven't been back to Skyline. I think maybe 3 years. Skyline was a fantastic game. Fantastic group of people, and we made great friends down there. So we've managed to bring a lot of those people here,
Nice.
Those games just don't seem to be going on anymore. Brad Creek in Calgary, Emma runs that field. Emma's a fantastic person. They've been our MR paintball or paintball gear has been my suppliers for years. I love to pick up the phone and speak to Richard. You know,
Yes.
first time I ever spoke to him, I didn't know he was a minister. You know, and I'm
Wow. Yeah.
British.
Yeah.
I'm ex-British Army, so I'm dropping the F-bomb left, right, and center, and and then he let on one question. You know, oh yeah, you know I'm a minister, by the way, and oh,
You're like, oh,
but
geez.
yeah, but he
Yeah.
was more like an army minister. You know, like when we get
Yes.
one in the army, they don't mind dropping the odd F-bomb, and you know,
Yeah.
but
They're used to it. It's all good.
Brad Creek, I think, can get the numbers because me and Richard we'll pick up the phone. We chat all the time. I actually just chatted to him this morning.
Okay.
He's gone through a lot of problems lately. You know, he's beat cancer. He's gone through a lot of things, but he's still kicking in there.
Thank Lord. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, he just phoned me this morning, and we were having a quick chat about a few new markers that have just come on the market. I wanted to know that just prices and things like that. But he'll pick up, he'll say, "Oh yeah, we had our best day at Brad Creek. We had so many renters in this day." He said, "Yeah, it was a really good weekend," and
Nice.
I like to follow him. That's about the biggest field that I see around here, and that's a 5-hour drive away from us. 5-6 hours from Brad Creek.
Wow.
So
it's amazing field. Actually, multiple fields.
Oh, really?
Multiple
Okay,
fields, yeah. But
well, you guys, like I said, you guys have the room out there. It should be, you know what? And it's sad because like Ontario lost a lot of fields during COVID. Like a lot. I don't know percentage wise, but I'm sure it's like around 70% of the fields were lost during COVID. Because between COVID and the skyrocketing real estate market, like, a lot of these fields are losing their leases because those who own the land, you're getting offered millions of dollars by land developers. Are you going to retire, or are you going to just keep renting out to paintball people? You know what I mean? So it's not easy holding on to these properties. One of my favorite paintball fields that I played at from the 90s was Flag Raiders, and they lost their field because of the neighbors didn't want the noise around.
Oh.
So the neighbors had connections to City Hall or whatnot. We don't like the noise pollution these paintballers are causing, and yada yada yada. They couldn't get their field back. You know what I mean? And that broke my heart. So goodness knows, the more fields that we have, the better, no matter where they are, because land is at an all-time value high, especially in certain areas. So, I'm glad to hear that, you still got a few out there left, because it's slim pickings nowadays in the Ontario area. I mean, and it's weird because down in the States, a lot of their fields are booming right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, obviously America is different because they have 10 times our population, and they have that customer demographic is a lot bigger. One of my home fields in Chicago, Paintball Explosion, they actually have the real life Nuketown there. Like you guys are probably gamers, so you have Nuketown is like a video game map. Insane. They have a 1-to-1 scale map of Nuketown that you get to play on, and they're opening a second field on the other side of Chicago. You know what I mean? So like some places are prospering amazingly, and other parts of other countries are having a rough time. So it's
I remember when they first made that field. It was all the talk. Everybody wanted to go there. Yeah,
loved it. I flew in on chopper for that opening.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I flew in a helicopter and landed in the middle of it. It was like it's so much fun. Yeah. We had another time where we rented a chopper for that, and we were actually shooting out of the helicopter down into the players in the field and flying around the field, and that was crazy fun. Adventures like that is why I love this game, because you don't get to do that in tournament paintball.
No, you don't. It's just not tournament paintball. What I'm gonna do there, Wolf. Like I said, I just want to pause this because I know this is going to be an interesting thing. And I don't want to have the problems that I had last night trying to download anything. So I'm just going to pause this, and then we'll come back on.
Sure.